Right, we are drawing parabolas of the form that are factorised into two brackets. Does anyone remember the starting point for drawing this particular equation? What would you do first? Any thoughts? Make y equals 0, that'll do. Why do we make y equals 0? Not sure? To find the x-intercepts. Okay, so we want x-intercepts. We make y 0. So in the equation it would look like this. Okay, so it's made y equal to 0. What would the two solutions be then for x? Negative 6 and negative 2, well done. So, in other words, at negative 6, I'm going to call there, and negative 2, the graph cuts the x-axis. The x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay, done that. What do I do next? Why do we make x 0? To find the y-intercept, well done. We make x 0. So this is what the equation would look like when I make x 0. Do you agree? 0 plus 6 and 0 plus 2. Then I would multiply 6 times 2, because that's what it tells me to do. There's no sign in there, so it tells me to multiply. What's 6 times 2? I'm going to take 12, and I'm going to plot 12 on the y-axis. Okay, I've found the x-intercepts, I've found the y-intercepts. What next? It's the fourth point I need to finish this parabola. The vertex, or another word for vertex is the turning point. So the fourth point is going to be the turning point. How do I find the turning point? Exactly, Liam. Halfway between minus x and minus 2 and minus 6. The turning point will be halfway between the two x-intercepts. Okay. Can you remember the equation that I gave you yesterday to find out that value? Say it louder, please, Liam. Close. You add the x-intercepts and divide by 2. That will find halfway between them. So it's not so bad here. It's easy to see here, but if you do it minus 6 plus minus 2 divide by 2. Answer? Are we happy with minus 4? Jonathan, are you happy with minus 4? Minus 6 minus another 2 is minus 8. Divided by 2 is minus 4. So this value here is minus 4. So all I want to do now is find the corresponding y value when y is minus 4. When x is minus 4 rather. So if I put minus 4 into the equation, minus 4 plus 6 multiplied by minus 4 plus 2. Minus 4 plus 6 is 2. Minus 4 plus 2. Answer? Negative 4. So in other words, when x is minus 4, y is also minus 4, and we have a fourth and final coordinate right there. And now we're ready to draw the parabola. Okay, this is definitely a sketch and not a drawing, but you get the idea. I've got 4 correct points. Here's another type that you'll come across. It looks like this: y equals x bracket x minus 4. Okay, it's a similar type of problem where the parabola has been factorised, but the same principles apply. What's the first step? Make y 0, did you say? Okay, so we're going to find the x-intercepts. By making y equal to 0. So 0 goes there. Two values of x are going to be what? 4 and 0. Thank you. So 4 and 0 are the two values of x that will solve that equation. If you put 4 in there, you'll end up with 0. If you put 0 in there and there, you'll end up with 0 as well, which is what you want. So the two intercepts are 4 and 0. Oops, that's x, right? Next step, I found the x-intercepts. I now need to find the, thank you. How do I do that? Make x 0. Can you see what the answer is going to be? It's going to be 0, isn't it? Oops. 0 multiplied by 0 minus 4 equals 0. So in other words, the y-intercept is also at this point. Next step, I found the y-intercepts, I found the x-intercepts, I now need to find the vertex or the turning point. How do I do that? Halfway between the two x-intercepts is the turning point. So remember, the equation is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So 0 plus 4 divided by 2. Answer? 2. You can either do it by sight, and don't make a mistake, or you can use the equation. What do I do once I've got 2? X is 2. I now need to figure out the corresponding y value. So I've got an equation for that. This is the equation, x minus 4 rather. I need to substitute the 2 in everywhere there's an x. What's 2 minus 4? Okay, minus 2 times positive 2. And it makes sense that it's a negative because it fits with my parabola. By the way, to help you draw the shape, you could easily look at the value when x is 1 and the value when x is 3, although they'll both be the same y value, because it's symmetrical. So I'm just going to quickly pop 1 into my equation. 1 bracket 1 minus 4. Can you see it's minus 3? So at minus 3, I can put a cross, and I also know that because of symmetry, there's going to be a cross there too. So hence, here's my parabola. Similar problem, however, I've added an extra step in because the first step is going to be to change the form into brackets like these. Okay, x goes in front. What are the factors of 7? 1 and 7. Are there any others? So I know it must be 1 and 7, and I'm pleased that the difference is when I take 1 or 7 minus 1, I get 6. So where should the minus go and where should the plus go? Minus 1 plus 7. If you're not familiar with how to do that quite quickly, if you go to Moodle, I haven't got it open, if you go to Moodle and look under factorising quadratics, there's a whole video or 10-minute video on how to do that. Okay, so now we've factorised, we're back to finding the x-intercepts, finding the y-intercepts, finding the turning point. So, first of all, make y 0. What are the two solutions for x? Great. Two solutions for x are positive 1 and minus 7. Onto the grid they go, minus 7 goes there, positive 1 goes there. How do I find a y-intercept? x0, brilliant. And by the way, I could use that top equation, couldn't I? Let's use the top equation, it's easier. 0 squared, that's 0. 6 times 0, that's 0. Minus 7, the answer is minus 7. Or the y-intercept rather is at minus 7. I just used the top equation there. Next step, turning point. How do I do that? Halfway between positive 1 and negative 7. If you're not sure, add them, divide by 2. So positive 1 plus minus 7 divide by 2. Answer? Negative 3. Calculators are a friend if you struggle with 1 plus minus 7 divided by 2. You'll need to make sure you push equals in the middle. You have to do the plus 1 plus minus 7 first, and then divide by 2. Should be able to do it in your head. Minus 3, there's that. There's minus 3. That's where the turning point is going to be. I'm going to predict it's less than minus 7, so that it makes sense on my sketch. What do I do next? Found the x value. Substitute it into which equation? Top one or the second one, it doesn't matter. They both are the same equation.